Welcome back, everybody. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Aaron.
This is our show, Cosm, where I bring you the astrological forecast.
I bring you more of that sweet crypto news.
Woo, woo.
We got a bunch. We got plenty. I mean, there's a lot happening. It seems like
It doesn't stop, does it?
it doesn't. I feel like it only gets faster and there becomes more articles to read and just there's always something.
Always something.
Always something. So I want to talk about a special piece today, and
Something very special on this Saturday afternoon.
kind of touched me right here. And I have a friend who will remain nameless, but works with a very large financial institution, which will also remain nameless. And
They exist, though we swear by it.
it's a true story.
Yeah, all right.
And this may be even common knowledge, but this is something great to be able to back that up. Now, we've been discussing ETFs for the past couple of weeks. We've discussed the reasons why the Winklevoss twins ETF was shot down, and we've discussed reasons why future ETFs might be approved, like the Chicago Board of Options Exchange, the CBOE being able to get their Bitcoin ETF approved because it would have that financial backing. So it would be insured. So the conversation I had with this friend was interesting. They finally got to the point where they had to disclose several of the cryptocurrencies that they were possibly holding. So do you have this coin? Do you have this coin? Do you have this coin? Do you own this coin? And there was 8 on that list in particular.
Wait, back it up. Wait, what?
So the employee of this company
All right.
had to disclose
Yes.
what digital assets they were holding from a list that they had. So not all of them, but they had to disclose from a specific list.
Okay.
And the conversation had developed into the thought of, because of the future ETFs that could possibly be approved. So the conversation was centered around the CBOE, the Chicago Board Options Exchange, getting very close to this point. And so there's a stir and conversation in the financial sector of, why now? Why do we need to disclose this information now? And that's been a topic on my mind of being able to really hedge my portfolio or make some very smart bets to balance out the risk in my portfolio. I know I start ranting sometimes. To ensure a gradual increase. Instead of going for those one-hit wonders, we're just going to go boom, 100x, overnight or anything like that. We're getting to the point where these large financial institutions want safer bets. They want to bypass a lot of this volatility and being able to open this up for big whale money, 401ks, investment packages, hedge, index funds, things like that. And so there was 8 cryptocurrencies in specific that were called out on this list. And it really should be no prize. Yes, they are floating up there at the top 10, top 15 on the coin market cap. Well, because they've been some of the most stable coins. Right. So we have on that list just something to think about. We have Bitcoin. We have Litecoin. We have EOS, XRP, XLM, Ethereum, Dash, and Cardano. So there's no Bitcoin Cash up there on that list, which was surprising. I thought for sure that would have been one of the ones on the list to disclose.
There's been nothing stable about Bitcoin Cash.
I mean, we're at 800 from 3,500, and that was a big hit. But a lot of even Litecoin is back to its previous point of, $76 I saw today, just prior to filming, which is what I picked up a bag of in October of last year. So Litecoin has been one of the only ones that reverted back to its $20,000 Bitcoin price, we'll say.
The December 3rd extravaganza. Crypto extravaganza.
So personally, for me, I have a lot of the higher risk coins at the moment. I will be looking to hedge my portfolio and make some safer bets and be looking to dump some money into these coins that are going to make up maybe this institutional financial safe haven of coins being called out. And I just thought that was a really interesting conversation and give you guys something to think about in terms of, what's going to be the best option moving forward? Well, where's the most money going to be focused on? Where is it going to be dumped in? So the next wave, if we look at the technological adoption scale, where we're like the 3 to 5, the next wave is a chunk of like 13 or 14%, and that goes quick.
Right. And that's something that we've been talking about as well since episode 1 of this show, and a very specific fundamental event that happened, which was on May 15th, which was Uranus moving into Taurus. All right, so that happened. There was not a big hoboya like when it happened again, 84 years ago in 1964, when with the exchange. However, there's been a lot happening, and I want to talk about Uranus and Taurus right now, making a square to Mars up there in Aquarius. Now, this is a slow square, okay, because Mars is retrograde right now. So again, Uranus is that breakthrough planet. Uranus's home is Aquarius. That's its ruling, associated sign of breakthroughs and revelations and the aha, the eureka, the lightning strike.
Sounds good to me.
The nervous system of the body. So Mars is up there. Mars is the warrior. Let's get things done. Let's move forward. Let's build a wall. Let's break the wall down. Let's build another one, an even bigger one. Let's figure out a solution to a problem. And this problem has to do with the community. Okay? That's what Mars is figuring out. Now, its associated sign is or planet is over here. Uranus, in the money sign of what's mine, and the structure, the most stable, stubborn structure, Earth underneath our feet, and the money, stubborn old money, breaking things up. So, this square, and again in traditional astrology, squares are and we talk about this because they can be very hard aspects, but they're also aspects of saying, hey, figure something out, like make moves, because you can't stay like this. That's the beauty of these squares is, air sign to an earth sign, or a fire sign and a water sign. That's what a square is. It's opposite of whatever it is. It's a different element. It's bringing you out of your element. Oh, I'm just an introvert. Gandhi said he was an introvert. Okay? Claimed to be, but yet he's his most famous, whatever. Nonetheless, it's like coming out of your element, that like this is your comfort zone, and this is where everything good happens is over here, so
That's right.
So that's kind of the element of what's happening here is like we have to make all this good stuff happen and come out of our comfort zone, and that's what Uranus is doing, breaking things up. And that has to do with money and finances. And Mars is saying, okay, let's review and figure this stuff out, because I'm going to go back into Capricorn for a couple of weeks here. I'm going to get stuff restarted and restructured. My big government, the place I love to be the most, Mars gets stuff done in Capricorn. And then we're going to go back into this community stuff, and then we're going to push through, baby. And that's when we're full steam ahead. We're talking October, November when this happens. Okay, and then November, it pushes through into Pisces. When Mars pushes into Pisces, and it's just like, okay, full on with our dreams. All right, we're coming, Moon. It's coming. But these breakups, these breakthroughs have to happen, and that's good ways and bad ways. Okay, now we're going to talk about something else we don't talk about super often on the show, is that Jupiter over there in Scorpio, which is about that big magnifying glass. Okay, he was the first one to go retrograde this year. Jupiter in Scorpio was the first one to move backward. We had the first 2 months of the year, it was 0 retrogrades. It was great. It was just moving forward, and you felt it. The beginning of the year was great. And then you're like, what happened? I had so much momentum the first few months of the year. And then it's like, what? That's what retrogrades are, friends. Okay, it's like there's like I'm moving forward, but there's still part of me is like, what is this going through the trudges? I'm not quite out. So
Putting the cart before the horse.
right, and Jupiter is out. Jupiter's out and moving ahead. And it's making these connections as well with Mars, which is making these connections. So it's bringing things to the surface. And sometimes when we're talking about this lightning bolt of things, it's going to get punched. And somebody just got punched over there at the steam world, didn't they? Mm-hmm. Because things come to the surface right now. You can't be shady anymore. And that's another big aspect of what Pluto and Saturn are in Capricorn, which is public image, and it's coming to the surface. You can't be shady. You cannot do these things anymore.
So abstractism was a game, an indie game, that was created and put on the Steam gaming platform. Now, the individuals that were to download this game had gotten their GPUs jacked for mining. So now we're getting pretty creative, but we're also running out of options and places to hide this mining malware. So we've essentially come to the point where we have to have our virusware, our malware, our spyware, all up to date on our computers. I mean, yes, you know what? We can't hack the blockchain, but we can hack the crap out of people.
Oh yeah,
and that's the weakest link. And they say there's always somebody. And we're wrapping it up in these games. We're wrapping it up in these programs. We're doing the best we can hide it. I had actually an instance yesterday where I was in front of my PC and went to go to sleep. Well, all of a sudden the fan turned on super high and it was running louder than I had ever heard it before.
Thank you for contributing.
And I'm just sitting here in my head going, I'm probably mining Monero right now for somebody. Because I've never heard it that loud. And this morning I had to go through and do a whole massive cleanup, upgrade my security, spyware, everything, and re-clean everything out.
You know, my fan's been kind of loud on my computer recently.
Man, I'll tell you what.
Feeding somebody else.
I have never heard this fan run so loud. And it's a real thing. So security has been a big concern a big topic in my mind lately, making sure my stuff is secured, making sure my stuff is backed up. I got my phrases in 2 different places. I have all of my keys. Everything's scanned. It's up to date. I mean, during this downtime, we want to make sure we're taking the time. We're going back. We're looking over things. We're checking them twice.
Finding out who's naughty and nice.
Because there's a lot of naughty people out there. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I know.
Steam.
And that's what this is about. You know, again, we're getting this big community. You're going to hear me talk about this, the blue in the face. But it's about this community, you know, and it's like, no, we got to help each other out here. And this is, I'm so thankful. I'm thankful you got busted. I hope more people get busted that are doing this. I hope more of that comes to light and comes to the surface, because we have to build trust with each other in this space in order for it to grow, in order for the bigger people, you want your mom and dad and grandma and your little cousin down the road and you know, your future kid or whomever to be able to invest in. I mean, there's always going to be scams. It's insane for me to think that that's not going to happen, but you know, you get what I'm saying.
So make sure you guys are up to date. Spyware, malware, antivirus. You can also get an additional RAM clocker gadget. Okay, you can Google RAM clocker gadget. I mean, I'm sure you'll probably get about 20 of them that'll pop up, and it's just a little meter. I think.
And when you download it, you're gonna start. Oh, that's how they
You'll be making me money. No, absolutely not. But it'll tell how much RAM you're using. So if you're in your video games and you're using, I don't know, 32 gigs of RAM, which you really only need like 3 for, it's going to be something, it's going to be one of those red flags that you can just kind of keep an eye on every now and then. So it's just something, another bag of tricks that you could put in your pocket to make sure your machine's safe. You're not spending dollars on energy to make somebody else money, because it is happening out there.
You might as well make it for yourself. That's the point.
They are trying. I'll tell you what. I gotta hand it to them for the creativity. I mean, I wouldn't have thought about that.
But to me, that is the whole point of crypto. right now it's more advantageous to be a criminal than a hardworking person.
Unfortunately.
That's it right there. And if there's
Unfortunately.
something in this retrograde that we can bring to like heart and home, as we're like flooding the internet with like being authentic, which is true, and being at peace at home in our hearts, right? Whatever, it sounds corny, but it's the truth. Like being real, being honest.
Make up for it in the long run.
Yeah, being honest in who you are. Being honest with yourself and with others, obviously. And not trying to pull the wool over everyone's eyes.
Take them down, step on people to get ahead. It's going to catch up one way or another.
Yeah, and it is. It is. Cool.
So, like I said, there's always so much happening, and I feel like every time I'm super focused, I've been focusing on some of the international trade things and the SWIFT and BRICS systems lately. It turned back around, and now we have the Ledger Live dashboard. So Ledger Nano has been around for a while. It's the hardware wallet. It's one of my preferred ones. And now, before you were only able to put up to 4 different types of crypto on your ledger at any given time. Now they have a plethora of different programs. They have like 20 or 25, and you can remove programs and put other programs on, store your coins there, and then take off those programs and put the other ones back on and get to your coins. And it was a pain in the butt. Like, yeah, it's probably the best wallet out there for cold storage, but man, it's a hassle to use. And going back, the Ledger Live dashboard is slick. It is awesome. It actually just completely renewed my faith in Ledger, bar none. So now, and before you guys do this, save yourself some time. And before you go through and update the Ledger Live dashboard, this, that, and the other, update your firmware on your Ledger first, because otherwise you're going to be resetting it all up again. Because without the firmware upgrade, you'll still only be able to put 4 on there. So it needs the new firmware update to be able to put all, 18, 19, 20 programs. Yeah, I wasted a lot of time earlier in the day.
See, trial and error, yeah. The master has failed more times than the student has tried.
Absolutely. Well, I failed for about an hour and a half. And another thing to note is individuals out there like yourselves might have more than one ledger because of this. Because it was easy to buy 2, have 4 coins set up on this ledger, 4 coins set up on this ledger. Well, now you're going to have to combine them all into one, because right now the Ledger Live dashboard can only support 1 ledger. So you have to go through and set up all your accounts, but it's fantastic. You can get access all of your accounts from one window, see how much is in there, and you only need to hook up your ledger when you're sending coins. So it totals up all of your money. You can see all the account info in each one.
Does it show you buy too, like what you bought at? Because I wish some did that, where you could just see like this is where you.
That's more of a Blockfolio.
Yeah.
So Blockfolio is actually a really nice app. There's probably a couple out there that have gotten a little better. But Blockfolio, you can. The one thing that's nice about that is because you can see it when you. Whatever you bought it at, you enter that in. But it's a super manual process. So, I bought 100 coins. I bought it at this price. I bought it from this place. I put it in there. If you make a trade or do something, it's like, okay, well, I traded this coin for this coin. This coin was at this price. This coin was... It gets super manual. Now, there's API plugins that you can do that plugs Blockfolio into Binance and Blockfolio into Coinbase and pulls all the information super nicely. But it takes a lot to set up. So if you're willing to put the time into something like that, Blockfolio, and you want to track what this coin was, when I traded it for this coin, and this coin was at this, there's just a lot of manual intervention.
That'd be a cool thing if anybody out there is on the tech side, create something.
Make it better.
That would be awesome.
Make it better.
That would be so sweet to have something that's just like you purchased it this, and it just showed all of your track records. You sold it this. I don't know how that would work. That's not my forte at all. But if you did, I'd buy it.
Without API plugins, the little piece where you have to install each one individually, it should just be this one, auto plugin, username, password, done. This one, auto username, password, done.
Call us.
If we could get it that easy, then you'd be looking good. But Ledger Nano S, Ledger Live dashboard is amazing. Amazing. I love it. I love it.
Love it.
And I love it even more when they have multiple accounts. So if you want to switch back to your other ledger, you have to reset, kill all your 18 accounts, and then re-put them back on to switch back to that ledger. So that's the big downfall. But now hopefully you only need one because you can access pretty much all of their stuff on one device, finally. And it's all a click away. They just did a good job. Huge, huge improvement. Nice job, Ledger. I was excited about this one. So last but not least, coming into August, or just at the end of July, or even going a little back further than that, we had Tron mainnet go live in June. So we used to be an ERC20 Tron token.
Yep.
We're not an ERC20 Tron token anymore. So when Tron Wallet, well, now.
Now Tron Wallet.
Tron Wallet. And there's about 5 or 6 different Tron wallets out there. And Tron, man, I'll tell you what, I think they're going to just be huge. I mean, we got voting rights. We can freeze our coins for this, that, and the other. You can look at all the other Tron tokens inside the wallet and be able to purchase and make transactions. It's got dual backup password. The backup features are nice. Multiple wallets in one application. I set mine up. It works fantastic. I got it built on 2 different apps, my mobile, my desktop. They did a really nice job with some of these wallets. So you're not downloading the wallet from Tron themselves. These are individuals that have created these wallets. So you always want to make sure you send a test transaction. Send just 10 Tron.
Especially right now, while we're still in the
Especially
Mercury
right
retrograde
now.
until the 19th.
Triple check that address. Just send 10 Tron. And this is not just for Tron. This is for any new wallet out there ever, always, all the time. No excuses. If you don't send your transaction as a test, you're looking to get burned.
Honey, you're yelling at everyone. Please.
I'm sorry. I'm passionate about this. And I learned the hard way. So I don't want you to make the same mistakes. Send a
I'm
test
doing
transaction.
this for you. I don't want you to make the same mistakes I did.
And I think my Tron transaction went
Angry
through
parenting
in
right now.
120 seconds, maybe.
120 whole seconds.
120 whole seconds. I
don't
mean,
know if
boom,
I can
it was
wait.
there. I was like, wow. So I'm super happy with Tron mainnet. Speed of transactions, lightning fast. Very happy with the wallet that I downloaded. I'll actually put the link down here in the description if you guys are curious, because there's several out there. They did a really good job with it.
Great job.
Really good job.
Great job.
So yeah, that was the last coin that I had on Binance because I couldn't pull it off and put it into a wallet because we didn't have one. But now we do. It's a good day.
It's a good day.
It's a good day.
It's a great day.
It's a great day. Well, what do you think?
We told you we would bring back the True Wisdom cards of the day, and we did.
I think it's my turn. Hands off. Hands off.
I never get anything.
Let's see here. They slide so nicely on this table here.
Oh.
Never look back unless you are planning to go that way. Henry David Thoreau. Never look back unless you are planning to go that way.
Full steam ahead, baby.
I'm looking up. I'm looking up. It's still in direct. I don't want to go back down. I'm going up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Do us a favor, if you guys want to support the channel, give us that thumbs up. It means a lot to us. It helps us get higher in the search list. Share it with a friend. Spread the word if you guys like what we're saying. Hit that little bell notification button down there so you guys don't miss a beat.
I'm Crypto Cosm.